What's up? I'm Hudson Jones, the student team lead for NASA's HERC project here at AIA, and this is our last design report before the actual competition. So we're 3 weeks out from the competition. We got most of it done. We just got to put everything together, and we'll have the final result pretty soon. So let's get started. So we'll start right now with the most obvious thing, which would be we actually have the wheels on the buggy. So you can see, the buggy is freestanding now, which is it's a big deal to have that happen. We got one wheel that's off right now. We're working on some hub design situations, but everything else right now is coming together really good. But first get started on some of the newest changes that we have, or some of the newest stuff that's been worked on. We'll start off with the suspension. So last time we had a report, we just decided to start rebuilding our buggy, and in about 3 or 4 weeks, we've got it almost everything rebuilt to where it was. You can see that now. This thing it's a beast of a vehicle. It's really cool. So starting with the suspension, we're running a double wishbone system. Essentially, all that means is that there's 2 arms that connect the wheels together that then connect to the suspension system. And so this right here is one of the shocks that are on all 4 wheels, and each shock is custom design, or the attachment is custom design, and each shock can be adjusted to whatever needs that the rider likes. So if one side feels bumpier than the other, we can adjust that and fix that. There's so many things with the suspension system that we've created that make it so much superior to others. It's inevitably one of the best systems I've ever seen. Now moving to the seats. So when last time you saw us, we were using a plastic seating aperture, meaning that each seat was just bolted onto the rover flat like this. So when you're actually driving a rover, you're going to need an angle, or be sitting at an angle, to actually get the most amount of power out of each pedal. So what we did was the design process came over to this right here. It's just a simple design of a couple rods that connect together that are adjustable to the angle per rider. So we have 2 different riders, Daniel and Olivia, and if those 2, they're not the same height, so you can adjust things easily with this system right here. This is one of the biggest system advancements that we've had so far. And then finally, we can get to the biggest part that's changed. We'll touch on 2 things with this system: the steering system, and then the pedaling system. So let's start with the pedaling system over here. It's really cool. So I know it's hard to see it right now, but this right here is our pedaling, or our pedal gear system. So it's an internal shifting system. If you know anything about mountain bikes, one of these is extremely special because it's almost like a car transmission, and so it's extremely cool. So what will happen is it will be connected to the rover right here. So if you imagine someone sitting down pedaling this, and then the chain will run down to this shaft right here. And if you want to get that shaft, it's really that shaft right there is going to be what connects this to the rover to make us pedal. And so the shaft will run from here all the way down with these joints, all the way down to here, that connects the wheel, and that's what actually gets the buggy rolling. So when you pedal, everything works together to work correctly. Back on discussing the steering system, you can see right here, this is if I pull this handle, this pulls this almost like a half circle shape up and down, or around, or moves it kind of in a circular position. Now what this is doing is, when the cord system is on there, it'll be like this right here, and it'll actually pull that rope and pull that wheel. And so if I can, if I was driving, this right here connects to the wheel and will turn that wheel. You can see that right there. It turns it just so you can actually move it. So it's a pretty cool system. It's a really cool system that works really efficiently. We just gotta put the final touches, and really this rover is almost there. The one main thing that we got to do after getting everything together is actually we have to cut the rover in half, and then we have to make a folding system so this rover can fit into a box. This is part of the instructions and the requirements needed for the race, but I'm sure it'll be just fine. So that was my part on the rover itself. I think we're gonna get Slade in. I think he's gonna talk about the welding side.
My name is Slade. I'm on the Lunarvators and I'm on the welding side of the rover. First of all, we have these wheels. We actually welded around the inside of these wheels in about 1 inch intervals. So like we welded for 1 inch and then we had 1 inch that was empty to make sure it didn't get too hot. We did that on the inside and the outside. And you can actually look here in between the tread. That's like the middle of a weld there, and then that was where one was stopping. Next we have these A-arms here. Our manufacturing team actually made us a little tool here. We put the metal in there and we just welded it. So like it was like a little frame we put the metal in to make sure they were the same every single time. We welded the frame, this held together by these gussets here. We just tacked those on to make sure the frame stayed together. And also, if you look on the inside of this wheel here, we welded the axle on. We welded all the way around there. And this is all just aluminum metal. It's just aluminum TIG welding. Everything's held together by that, and mostly that and just screws. These are held on together by screws to make sure they can still move up and down. If you come to the back here, these A-arms here, they're the same thing. They're just shorter so that the rover can actually fold together. So we use the same tool for these. We just put it in there, weld it all together, make sure it's all the same. Just like the suspension's just held on. It's just all aluminum TIG welding. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the rover in action.